Hey guys, Chris here and Steph here, aka Mr. and Mrs. Brickinit, and also our resident pug. Today we were going to do a little bit of a LEGO City update because we've not done one for a long time, mainly due to the fact that we've had so many new sets recently that aren't LEGO City kind of style ones, so we haven't really touched the city much at the moment. But last couple of weeks you've been buying quite a lot of Halloween stuff. If you've seen her vlogs going to the LEGO store and stuff, she has been picking up some little Halloween things. So I'm going to carry on going and building my UCS Batmobile because I'm really enjoying that build. And Mrs. Brickinit is going to go and show you some of the LEGO Halloween stuff she's been getting, and I think she's going to try and give the city that we've got at the moment a little bit of a Halloween spruce up.
So in one of our previous trips to the LEGO store, we picked up these amazing Halloween minifigs. So what I'm thinking I'll do is incorporate these minifigs as the residents of Brickington going out trick-or-treating. We've also built on the channel this amazing Halloween hayride set that was out this year. I'll put a link up to our review at the top. It's a really cool set, and I'm wondering if I can create a little kind of area where people can come and take their photos and things like that. Yeah, how you get those spaces to kind of create your own Halloween memories. I've also got a few of these cobwebs that I think would be great to incorporate. I've no idea how I'm going to do that because I'm not sure what parts Chris has got in his parts collection, but I'm going to see if I can put these around the city in a few places just to give it a bit of a spooky edge. And then on my last trip to the LEGO store, LEGO have got these brilliant pre-done kind of Halloween pick-a-brick cups. I haven't opened it up yet, so I'll give that an open, see what's in there and see if there's anything useful for creating our Halloween LEGO city. So I've just cracked open the Halloween pick-a-brick cup, and actually it's quite good. We've got quite a few bright orange pieces, but only two types of piece, so I'm not entirely sure what I'll do with those. We've got quite a few of these kind of spooky eyes and bones, which is really good. An assortment of different black kind of parts. A couple of spiders webs, although I had got a few of those already, but I hadn't got any spiders, and we've got 7 spiders in this thing, which is fantastic. That'll make it a lot more spooky. And then we've got some of these kind of mossy green leaf parts and some vines, which will add a bit of kind of spooky greenery to the city. So I'm quite pleased with that. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what I'll do with them yet, but I'll have a play and see what it looks like. So before I get going on spookifying the city, I thought I'd just give you a quick look at what it's like at the moment. So as you've seen on recent updates, we've got the 2 trains there that we need to incorporate. And then over in this corner, we've got primarily the mini mocks that Chris did. I'm still not sure why that kid is in the rocket in the middle of the road, but never mind. But we've got the garage there. I think it needs a bit of fixing because he's been moving them around and a couple of bits have fallen over. The LEGO store, the residential house that comes with the bookshop, and then some more of the mini mocks that he's done. So I think there's potentially another toy shop there, a pet store, the art gallery, the coffee shop. I can't remember what's under the coffee shop. It might be a newsagent's, looks like. The fish and chip shop. And then I think this one here is the tuning garage, and the skate shop was the last mini mock that he did. I think he still needs to do a little bit more work on it, but obviously other things have taken priority. And then as we come around a bit further, we've got the corner garage, and he's been introducing more vehicles to give it a bit more kind of busyness. And then as we come over here, we come to Assembly Square, which obviously he spent quite a bit more time adding a bit more hustle and bustle and scenes to the kind of area. So I think that's the area that I might mess about with a bit more. Hopefully you won't be too cross about that. And then next to it we've got Birch Books from the bookshop modular that came out this year. And then finally in this corner we've got something that's already a little bit spooky. So this is actually a Hidden Side set. I think it might be the Hidden Side School that Chris actually dropped on a live stream. Oops. And it smashed everywhere, so he rebuilt it into this kind of modular thing and added it to the city. So that's already a bit spooky. So it's now kind of bringing the spookiness out into the rest of the city. So let's give it a go. So I've spent quite a bit of time on Brickington today. all spookifying it up, ready for the residents of Brickington to go trick-or-treating. So first we've got this tree here that has started to die and wither away with all the spookiness going on. And then I've added the hidden side slushy counter and is it barista for a slushy counter? I don't know. The person's there, he's a bit scared. I think he's just seen Dracula tearing it up on his motorcycle past him. And then behind him we found a new person has started to take over the hot dog stand. He looks a bit scary, and I don't really reckon much to the hot dogs he's serving because that one looks black. And I think he's looking a bit sick, that poor fella. Here we've got a wizard with his trident who I think is just out trick-or-treating. And then I think I'll move it round so you can see these guys better. Here we have this lad here dressed up as a tiger, and he has what looks like a very spooky app on his phone. And behind him, this person's just been to visit the bookshop and has got some spooky tales. In fact, the bookshop is starting to look a bit spooky there. It's a bit green. It now has some eyes and there are some gargoyles on top of it. In fact, there's one that looks a lot more lifelike on top of Assembly Square. So if we come down here, we have this lady who's dressed up as a cat and has taken her cat to the cafe. But she has got served. She's got a croissant and a bone coming. But that poor barista is being chased by this very, very scary pumpkin person who's got an axe. I mean, what? On the streets of Brickington, indeed. Then here we've got this fella who's walking his dog who's dressed up as a ghost. Although I'm not sure how much control he's got. He's definitely looking a bit terrified. And then if we look at Assembly Square, I think a skeleton's taken over and is surveying his realm. There are spiders' webs everywhere. We've got them on this building, on here, around the corner. In fact, the flowers have all withered and died, and those roses that were beautifully red have now turned into stone. Down here you can see that Moaning Myrtle has taken over the water fountain and is now there. And I can spy in the back that it's I can see the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda going out for coffee. It's a bit different. This guy who had happily just picked up his flowers from the florist, they've all turned black. And the bakery's been taken over by monsters. Look at the door. In fact, it looks like it might be taken over by this lady who stood outside. And here we've got a couple of trick-or-treaters with their pots, their pumpkin pots, sharing and counting the goodies they've managed to get from their trick-or-treating. And here's another lady who's off. I think she might be coming across to this over here, which is our pumpkin patch. So we've used the Halloween hayride to create a bit of a makeshift pumpkin patch over here in Brickington. There are a few people here out and about between the pumpkins and the bones, getting some pictures done, ready for sharing with their family. And finally, just over here, Joe's garage seems to have a bit of a monster exploding out of it. So that's not looking so healthy now. So that's it for our Halloween Brickington update and our trick-or-treaters for this year. What would you have done to spookify the city? What other suggestions do you have for future years? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
If you enjoyed the vid, then if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. And as always, keep bricking it.